Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in to the live stream. Creator CTO, another one, the second or third one. I can't keep count. I'm here with my friend Carrington Dennis. Almost forgot your name there for a second, Carrington. Dear Lord.
Yeah, it's a long name. It's hard to
Yeah,
remember.
it's super long. How's your day going, Carrington?
Excellent, man. It is what, almost 4 o'clock? Yeah, it's
Almost
good.
four, nice.
Yeah,
So Carrington's a
good
fellow
day.
product builder, entrepreneur, just like myself. And if you tuned in last week, which you probably didn't, I don't think there was many viewers in the live stream, but I started building a job board live on this channel, using Claude Code to build an industry job board for my audience within my industry, which is the fantasy football industry. Today, I launched that job board product, and Carrington's joining me to as I launch it, as we launch it.
Live. We're like meta live. We're like
Yeah,
live in the job board, but also live.
but also live here. Everything is
Yeah,
live. Today is live.
it's a live day.
Carrington, I know you got a product you've been working on as well, which we'll talk about some today, and some AI news as well.
Yep.
But Carrington, what have you been building lately? What have you been having Claude build lately, I should say?
Yo, same as Claude. You would be 30% right. I've been spending 70% of my time utilizing Codex just to get
So
used
you, oh,
to.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a little bit more intuitive for me initially, but no, I'm building a attendance tracking app for employers, but it also benefits the employee. So basically, uh, helping employees schedule their time appropriately around required work days. One of the biggest things is like figuring out what days you want to work, what days you want to stay home, in a hybrid policy, what days you can maximize as far as like meeting up with your team and having, on-site discussions. So I'm trying to build a system around that. And I don't know, the market seems like it needs one. I've seen it built internally at other companies. And, a mutual friend of ours also mentioned that his company just started tracking attendance for whatever reason. So maybe there is a market for it, maybe it's not, but that's the whole point of building, right?
Yeah, no, you encountered this problem at your own job at Capital One, and so you're like, all right, let me just go build this out myself, which is a great strategy for picking products to build. This channel, which mainly focus around people trying to build either products, build tech into their content business, those types of folks. And so, what's your plan to market the? Well, let me ask this first. Where are you at with the product? Is it built?
It's built. I'm in test flight right now, and I'm at a point where I can complete the last 20%, or I can just ship it at 80. I think I'm there. I'm just trying to figure out a few different edge cases that I haven't thought about. But I think I'm pretty much there, bro. Like finish line, and it's in test flight. And to kind of elaborate on your full question, I'm gonna just throw it out there, see what happens. Um, I've been working in stealth for the last, I don't know, couple months to thinking about it and building it. But a big part of it was just learning the tools, right? Like
Right.
how do I reprogram my brain into like utilizing agentic programming to actually build something for now, not like
Yeah.
overbuilding or over engineering, how we normally would do it, right? Like typically when we start a
Right.
project, our tendency is to over engineer. So I'm trying to pull back and really allow the AI to, give me different options on not just building it, but also how to use agents, how to manage agents better, right? So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
idea is like I can have a swarm architecture where I have different agents working on different domains, and it's more domain specific based on the features and like maybe the type of infrastructure or maybe the type of features, right? But
Have you set that
um,
up?
no, not in this particular project. In another project, I've been exploring
I've been wanting to
different
set something like that up. So
agents.
I was about to say, like,
Yeah,
bro, you're about to
yeah.
give us a tutorial.
Yeah, so I'm scratching the surface on how to maintain um, agent integrity, if you will. But also it's the building of the app and validating that in the market. So it's kind of you're juggling different
Yeah,
aspects
you're
of the
learning new
creation
AI
process.
concepts while you're trying out and experimenting with different products, which
Exactly,
makes sense.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been doing the same thing. Just catch in this AI world, you have to be watching every day because it seems like somebody's posting something that's like, oh wow, look at this new use case, look at this new way to
yeah,
do this thing. Uh,
exactly.
yeah, and then on top of it, because it's so easy to build now, it feels like you got to be like running forward on experiments constantly, trying out different things because you don't know which one will hit, and you can make a poor strategic decision to just pick one that doesn't end up working. And there's opportunity cost at that right now, right? There's a gold rush
Yeah,
right now. Time is of the essence.
yeah. I mean, it's a really great point, right? I don't know if it's a mistake if you build it quickly and you actually have a plan for rolling it out and you understand like where you maybe your shortcomings are. Like for me,
Right.
distribution and marketing is always like my shortcoming, right? So the quicker I can, iterate and start to focus on how I'm going to distribute these apps, how I'm going to distribute ideas, how can I talk to the right people,
Right.
and whether that's doing things that don't scale or just kind of doing a lot of cold outreach, then the better I can increase the chances of an idea or a problem that I can solve being solved right by me. Uh,
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
yeah. So
I didn't mean to cut you off. You want to continue?
no, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you that figuring out for builders like us, which maybe someone watching this later on might be a creator and less ability. They might not have that same sort of overthinking tendency that the
Hmm.
engineers do, us builders do from time to time. But I think that fear is common amongst a lot, artists as well. It's not just engineers. Uh, and there's that you got to like focus on action. And I'm that's why I wanted to bring you on to talk about this job board today because I, like you, have that tendency to want to think through and plan all this stuff. But I've learned by navigating the distribution world, the YouTube world, the content world, you really do just have to get stuff out into the market and see what the market says to you. And that's what I did today. So I want to walk you through what this job board and my launch strategy, because it isn't I think people will resonate with it in that it's not necessarily the most organized marketing strategy here. But I
Right.
did use AI to help bolster those shortcomings, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And just while you're queuing that up,
Yeah,
we talked about this, right? We talked about this maybe a month ago that you were working on this and plan on releasing it. So it's great to see it, live in action. So, I think that's a part of it as well is telling your friends, telling other people what you're working on and hold you
yeah,
accountable and
yeah.
shipping it.
That is a great call out because, yeah, if I had to see your ass again and you were like, "Yo, where's the job? Where's the content?" I'd start believing myself that I'm a piece of shit.
Uh,
So I'm serious.
I,
Like
I would
getting that.
never, yeah, I would never
Go
agree
ahead.
with that, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
You're not a POS, but yeah,
right.
you can be tough on yourself for sure.
POS, I think of the beep system, point of sale.
Point of sale.
Yeah, so this tendency to not want to release stuff is natural. If anybody is feeling
Yeah,
that, if you're feeling that, anybody out there, it's natural. I've definitely fought that for years. But I promise you, if no one likes it, they just won't say anything and it'll be quiet and you'll be
yeah,
fine. That's what I thought was going to happen with this because it's been a while. I've been, not necessarily. I haven't been putting miles on my social channels. Like I haven't been posting a ton over the last couple of years like I used to when I was doing content every day. And so I wasn't sure if these channels would hit the same as they used to. And on the live stream last week when I started building this job board, I mentioned this that I'm thinking through different products to build for my audience. And my audience in this case that I was targeting is the audience I was building previously, which is my industry audience, people in my peers in the fantasy football and the sports media and the sports tech world, as well as people who consume that, basically people within that world, that realm. I had done content before that had worked well around this. I created a free resource that basically aggregated job board brand links from the industry all in one place to save you time. It took like one Saturday, And every time I posted about it, it would get like 100+ likes on it. It just got traction. People found it useful. So picking that as a product here was the idea. It was like, okay, well, let's turn that free resource into a full product. I used Claude to design the whole thing, to build the whole thing, not design the whole thing. And yeah, it worked really well. And this is the first, launch product of it. It's not finished. You know what I mean? Like this is the first MVP. This is the first, here you go, to the world.
Yep.
So yeah, this
Yeah,
is
I
my
mean,
first. I just posted about this just to give you some info. I posted about this at 2:48 p.m. It is now 4:07 p.m. and 54 likes, 50+ bookmarks, like 16 retweets. I didn't expect this, especially not after posting for a while. So that's definitely some interest. And I could pull up. It's one of these freaking tabs. I'm not going to pull that up because I don't want to dox somebody's email or anything. But yeah, there's some people signing up to this. So go ahead, Carrington. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, all good, bro. Yeah, really great execution cycle in general. I do think it's pretty impressive that Claude was able to help you leverage your idea that you've
Oh,
been,
really?
thinking about for some
Claude
time.
impresses you? Out of this whole thing, that's your takeaway? How impressive Claude is? Screw you, Carrington.
And your ability to build an audience over years, which I was going to get to next, but but no, I think something to call out here is that you are focusing on fantasy sports, right? Fantasy football, and this is something that was on your mind. You were building towards it. You had it in a different state before, but now it's like live and people can access it from anywhere, right? And your audience responded to that, right? So I don't want to like kind of
Yeah,
overshoot that. Is that you build an audience around this industry, and now you're building a product that matches their needs specifically, right? Especially right now in
yeah,
the job market. So it's
yeah.
important that we all like look at our lives and what's in our like social sphere or sphere of influence, and look at who we can serve, or be intentional about building that audience at some point in time from the jump.
That's a great call out. And I didn't build that audience that intentionally because I didn't know how or what that meant when I was younger. And I was really just ripping as an entrepreneur, trying to I had to learn that exact thing. And I think why it's worth calling out is not a brag in any way about this audience. It's more to point out that like it's not magic. It's simply it's just math. It's just there are people who are interested in something, and you just try to reach the people who you're trying to serve. And if you can find where they are and get in front of them to ask them a genuine question, you can get the data you need to figure out whether an idea is actually you could build a business around. It's really that simple. And I didn't think it was that simple when I was younger.
Yeah, 100%. So what are the Twitterers talking about right now? Are they what's
Not
some
people are
feedback
just
you've
sharing
gotten?
it. I don't know that there's much conversation around it.
Yeah.
But it's an AI powered job board, so it's I'm trying to work towards getting it fully automated, but right now it pulls in, scrapes these jobs from different job boards, and I need to start adding the rest of the brands that I have in there.
Is that scraping happening like in a batch way? Like it's batching up a lot of different new reports and then updating it
Yeah,
overnight,
it's
or
like every day
is
it's finding new ones and putting them in there, and so uh,
nice?
if a job seeker comes in here, they can come in and click into these, save them if they want. Prize Picks is in
Nice.
Atlanta. Oh, really glad that worked. That did not work a second ago. That was the first time I tested it after I fixed the bug. So,
Nice.
uh, yeah, so they get to see this different info, see it from the perspective of the individual brand.
Yep.
Going to these major brand or major job, what do you call them? Like this, Glassdoor. Glassdoor's not right.
Job
Indeed,
fairs. Yeah.
Indeed, yeah, like all those.
Yeah.
They're not specific to an industry. So the idea here is building that connection between the brand and the job seeker. Now I don't know if
Absolutely.
there's going to be a job market left in the near future, but I guess
We'll
that's
see.
irrelevant. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
And then the manager of these brands can come in and claim this brand. similar like Yelp style type of thing.
Nice.
And then the job seeker can favorite the brand to get, eventually we'll build in some notifications so that they can, get specifically notified if there's a brand they're looking for that has an opportunity. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I used to make content around this. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, Clubhouse. Remember Clubhouse
Yeah.
app?
Yeah.
I used to host those, Clubhouse rooms, basically within the industry, and it was talking, people helping other people get into the industry, get started, or grow in the industry, that type of thing. So this lines up directly with that. Yeah, it's the first launch, first product I'm launching here, AI built. And you brought up a question right before we started streaming that I thought was really interesting. You're saying how like this seems like the perfect time for people like us.
Yeah.
Like even it feels like and you said something about the engineering, like not having to do all the engineering nitty gritty is like a weight off, it's like a burden off. And I completely, was that, rephrase what you said. Did I do it justice?
Yeah. Basically, right now is a perfect time for guys like us that tend to over engineer, that tend to get caught up in the engineering muck of things. Um, because like we can move from being so focused on the implementation and the how of delivering value, and we can focus on the value itself that's being delivered, right? So
Right.
and we know enough about what's happening behind the scenes to actually debug something, right? We know enough about the best practices and design
Right.
patterns and microservice versus monolithic architecture. We know enough about all these different things that the AI is trained on, all these different technical things that the AI is trained on, so we can speak in those terms. And we also know the
Parse those on.
gotchas. Exactly. We know the gotchas and the pitfalls, right? Like, how does it scale, right? Like
Yeah.
earlier today, I was asking AI, like, okay, I want something that's like valuable today, that's extensible today, but I don't want it to be like too over engineered, right? And but I do want to document that I'm making this decision, because
Right.
at some point in time I want to look at, okay, why did I make this decision at that point in time? Or I just want to be able to like slowly migrate it in a different direction, where I might refactor, a part of the code. I might, make some migrations and drop some tables, whatever the case is, right? I'm changing the application as it evolves, but I always want to document that and come up with a better strategy next time to have an even more clear
Yeah. Like
picture
build
for
upon that.
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it
And
to
and
keep
I
going faster.
and I think that's how we get to automation, right? Like I think as we're using these agents enough and we're seeing their limitations, they'll get better. But as we use them more and more, we can start to imagine like, okay, how can I even automate this whole process of even talking to
Yeah.
an agent, right? Where
Right.
prompting for this, prompting for that, where I can get as
Keeps
far
moving
up
up.
the,
Yeah,
yeah, as
dude. We
high
both did the same thing.
as high, yeah, as high up on the stack as possible,
When does it
It becomes
stop though?
abstract.
That's my question. Is when does it stop? Like at what point, or is it not just one person business
I don't,
everywhere?
yeah, I don't think it's a stop. I think where does it start is a better question,
What does
you
that
know?
mean? What
Uh,
does that mean? Where does it start? Where does it stop? Where does it start? Where it already started, Carrington.
I guess the framing I'm thinking about it is, does it start with your parents having an idea and wanting to just speak into a device, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
that
Yeah.
turns into something, you know,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what we talked about maybe a few weeks ago, like this idea of changing the whole way that we interface with these models, where it's all voice activated and it's like, basically touchless in a way.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's the future, I suppose.
That's the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's where we're going. It's a little scary, but it's a little all
Yeah.
right.
A little all right.
It's a little all
It's
right.
exciting.
Yeah. Carrington, I want to do an experiment next week, or even as quickly as this weekend, where we go around the neighborhood here in Baltimore and we go find some businesses to pitch to. We find a solution. There's a bunch of common businesses like there are in every freaking city.
Yep.
The restaurants, the insurance companies, all coffee shops, there's a bunch of different ones. I want us to find one, and then I want us to think of a product with. We can use AI if we want to think, or we can just use our OG brains, and then us to define the experiment, and then go try it out and record it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
let's do that.
Start thinking about that. Start thinking about which products you want to do, or which experiment you want to do, because pretty soon here I'm gonna ask you to nail it down.
Okay.
Are you finished thinking yet? Can we start yet?
I mean, the types of businesses in Baltimore, at least where we are
We just have to
interesting.
pick one. It doesn't have to. We don't have to. I don't want to over engineer it. We don't have to pick the best one, because we could do multiple. We will do multiple over time.
Okay, let's do John Hopkins then.
John, that's where you want to start? It's the freaking hospital.
I'm kidding.
They're never gonna give us any money. They're gonna make us do so much paperwork.
It's the worst option. The worst option.
The worst option. I think I might be like distantly related to that dude, so maybe I have an in.
Of course, you're related to everybody.
That's how it works, man. That's how it works when you're this beautiful.
I get it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining, Carrington. Thank you for tuning in, if anybody did. And we'll be back. We'll be back giving product updates, different AI news, and I'll give you updates on the job board as it goes. If it crashes here, I'm a little afraid it might. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. And baby.